Building a sense of community in online learning, created by Michelle Lam and Nario as part of their Knowledge Translation Internship with Teaching and Learning Research in Action under the mentorship of Dr. Linda Carozza. This presentation is designed with two objectives: to help instructors in higher education understand the importance of community in online courses, and to provide practical strategies.
Defining community. Community in online education involves a sense of belonging that is gained by developing meaningful relationships among instructors and students, and the intellectual growth based on having similar goals and interests. There are 4 dimensions that make up a sense of community: spirit, trust, interaction, and shared learning expectations and goals.
How students benefit from a sense of community. Motivation. Building a sense of community encourages students to feel like they belong and can share emotions. Mediated by a sense of community, students can feel intrinsically motivated to contribute to group projects and to learn and perform well. Satisfaction in online courses. Having a greater sense of community relates to higher levels of satisfaction and learning in students. A positive perception of collaborative learning, structure, and feelings of closeness can also increase student satisfaction with online learning in general. Engagement or willingness to engage. A sense of community can increase students' engagement and academic achievement. Strong interpersonal relationships among students and between instructors and students positively influence engagement. An increased teacher presence encourages engagement and learning. When instructors encourage a sense of community, it increases engagement in class discussions as students feel like they are communicating with real people.
Before or early in the course. Introductions. Instructors can send out welcome emails to their students to introduce themselves, using a warm welcome tone to establish rapport. Student introduction posts also allow students to get to know each other and can even include video introductions where students can comment on each other's videos.
Before or early in the course. Establishing expectations. Establish clear expectations about what instructors and students should expect from each other in virtual classes, such as whether they should have their cameras on and how they can reach out for support.
Synchronous activities. Check-ins or icebreakers. Instructors can facilitate a check-in or icebreaker at the start of each class by holding a short, casual discussion on topics related or unrelated to class content, such as personal and professional updates. Icebreakers can facilitate trust and social presence, allowing for interactions and bonding between peers, as well as a sense of intimacy and authenticity.
Synchronous activities. Small group discussions and breakout rooms. Allowing students to discuss course content in pairs or small groups, such as via breakout rooms, can help students form a sense of community. Such opportunities allow students to bond and interact rather than participating solely in a one-way instructor-led format, allow for deeper conversations, allow students to feel comfortable speaking up, and allow for valuable informal communication. Assigning students to breakout rooms randomly can allow them to interact with a wider range of classmates.
Synchronous activities. Whole class discussions. Decreasing time spent on lecturing and increasing conversation between students can help foster a sense of community in the virtual classroom. Alternating between small group discussions and whole class discussions, and beginning class discussions with a small group activity before transitioning to the entire class can help students process their thoughts first and create a sense of community. A flipped classroom format in which students independently review coursework before class and apply their understanding during class discussions can also be helpful for preparing students for these activities.
Asynchronous activities. Feedback. Students value feedback from their instructors on course assignments and overall progress, and it can positively influence their sense of community. Video feedback may be preferred in some cases, particularly early in the course, to establish teaching presence and connect with students. Later on, text-based feedback is recommended as video feedback may be time-consuming. Video feedback can provide academic benefits and emotional connection, but instructors should choose one or the other. Instructors should provide feedback in a timely manner and aim to be sincere, responsive, and positive. The feedback should be clear regarding what students are expected to achieve.
Asynchronous activities. Text-based online discussions. Discussion boards can be helpful for fostering a sense of community by providing a space for students to exchange feedback with their peers. As research demonstrates that social presence tends to be higher for smaller groups compared to larger groups, instructors can divide large classes into smaller groups to enable meaningful participation. Instructors can create threaded discussions and may summarize or participate in discussion threads, as instructor participation in forums is a visible sign of instructor presence.
Throughout the course, welcoming environment. Research shows that instructors who created a warm and welcoming tone in the classroom helped build a sense of community. Aim to create a warm and welcoming tone and environment by showing passion and respect in your communications, including during class, in forums, announcements, or messages to show your commitment to collaborating with students.
Throughout the course, frequent communication. Maintaining regular communication with students, such as through email or class announcements, has been found to help boost social presence. Helpful email communications include recaps of the previous class, administrative announcements, reminders about assignments, and encouraging messages.
Collaborative learning. Group activities and projects can help promote community and foster collaboration, personal connections, and a sense of camaraderie. Instructors may wish to divide their students into smaller groups and provide some structure for activities for students to engage in. For example, assigning specific tasks to specific students in a group and establishing timelines, and facilitating interactions to encourage students to interact and build relationships. Instructors may wish to incorporate tasks where students are encouraged to apply their knowledge to situations so students can see the relevance of their learning.
It's important for instructors to build a sense of community in online courses. It's up to the instructor to make the learning experience stimulating. Feelings of connectedness, trust, and interaction are often reduced in online learning and creates feelings of isolation. However, establishing a sense of community can reverse the feelings of isolation and enhance student motivation, satisfaction, engagement, and/or the willingness to engage in online courses.
Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send us an email. You can also learn more about teaching and learning research in action at tlraction.com.